good afternoon to you and welcome to rainy, rural Adams County for Class 1A second round football action as the Camp Point Central Panthers play host to the Cumberland Pirates. Alongside Jack Hull, I'm Charlie Hill. Jacob is manning the camera out in the elements today, and this is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. As you can tell on your screen, well, it's a little rainy today, and will be throughout much of the action, although we may see some relief toward game time, which would be a welcome sign for both of these squads. Cumberland enters the contest with a record of 8-2 on the season. The Panthers are 9-1. Both teams looking to advance to the Class 1A quarterfinals a week from today. We'll talk more about the matchup, preview what else is going on around the state in playoff action, and more on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Logan Agri-Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
Now is the time to fall into savings at Little Jess. During Ram Power Days, you can save over $15,000 on a 25 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Night Edition. Get it for just $48.9 or drive it for $0 down and only $579 per month. Buy a new 24 Ram 2500 Crew Cab for only $44.9 when you take advantage of over $10,000 in savings. Or drive a new 24 Jeep Wrangler 4-door for only $399 per month. Plus 0% financing plus generous rebates available on most new models. Little Jess, serving the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate. Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Barry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank serving the entire region with the best in banking services close to where you live and always online at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. The Cumberland Pirates, the Camp Point Central Panthers here today. I'm not sure if wet weather like this is better for Pirates or Panthers, but we will see as the day goes on. Cumberland has had a really solid season, playing in a tough Lincoln Prairie Conference this year and entering the contest with a record of 8-2. Started off the season with a 14-0 win over Cerro Gordo Bement, beat Nyack Sangamon Valley 14-7, lost to Sullivan Okaw Valley, a 3A team, 42-6, beat Villa Grove 20-0. Fell to Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond, a solid team in 2A. 24-20 was the final of that contest, and then they have reeled off 5 wins in a row. 46-6 over Arcola, 42-8 over Oakland Tri-County. Also went over Nokomis, who we saw here a week ago. 42-0 was the win for the Pirates in that contest. They beat Argento Orienta 38-22 and beat Tuscola last week in playoff action by a final of 28-6. On the year, the Pirates have 5 teams on their schedule who were playoff squads, including that Tuscola team that they beat a week ago. For Camp Point Central, 9-1 under head coach Brad Dixon. Of course, the reigning Class 1A state champions started off the year with a 69-0 win over North Green, lost 14-13 in their only blemish in the regular season to Calhoun in week 2, and have not tasted defeat since that point, beating Beardstown 41-0, Minden Unity Payson 35-6, or win over Brown County, who's playing in a second-round playoff game just down the road from here. 30-14 was the final there. A 22-21 thrilling win over Jacksonville around Catholic High School. Beat Triopia 56-0. Carrollton 41-28, who's hosting Belleville Altop today. West Central 40-8, and then last week over Nokomis 34-6. For the Panthers, 6 teams on their schedule to this point have been playoff squads, including the win over Nokomis a week ago. A little bit of a slow start for Camp Point Central last week, but once they got the air game going a bit, able to get things loosened up for the ground game. This Pirate squad is a little more balanced on the offensive side. They like to throw it, they like to run it, and you wonder how the elements come into play here today. Rain is falling, wind blowing out of the southeast at around 10 miles an hour, and it is about 50 degrees or so, so a wet, cool afternoon here. After talking about how good the weather was a week ago, well, we're back with about as bad of weather as you could have for playoff football here this afternoon, Jack.
I don't know about bad. We could have a snowstorm and all kinds of things going on. It's been known to do that, but this is a field that the turf will be very good under their feet, even if it's wet. Haven't had quite the rain they had in some places. We were in Staunton this week where they had 13 inches of rain in 24 hours. So this much better than that, but it'll be a little tougher to know the numbers and see the numbers as we go along today.
Elsewhere in 1A football today, Carrollton playing host to Belleville Altop at a 2 o'clock kickoff. Galena playing host to Ottawa Marquette. That game kicked off about a half an hour ago. Sterling Newman Central Catholic traveling to Gibson City, Melvin Sibley. Calhoun playing host to Cesar Villiers. Both of those games 2 o'clock kickoffs. A 2:30 kickoff down the road at Brown County as they play host to Casey Westfield. A score from Rockford Lutheran as they're playing host to Leroy. 7-3 Leroy after a quarter. And then in Stockton today, Lena Winslow, the state runner-up from a year ago, will be traveling to play Stockton in a 2 o'clock kickoff. On the 2A side of things, Seneca travels to Bismarck, Henning, Rossville, Alvin. I'm not sure if they couldn't name any other teams, but that's about as long of a nomenclature as you could have there for these teams, Jack. It's a lot of little towns put together there. I think they refer to themselves as BHRA, actually. Palos Heights Chicago Christian going to Downs Tri-Valley in the game that kicked off at 1 o'clock. 0-0, Dwight Gardner, Wilmington, and Elmwood Brimfield. Farmington leading Taylor Ridge Rockridge in the top of the second, 7-2.
That's a weird one.
5 o'clock start time today. Johnston City hosting Warrensburg Latham. Aurora Forsyth is hosting Chester today at 2:30. 1 o'clock scheduled kickoff for Vandalia and Payne. I believe Vandalia up early in that contest, last score I saw. And then Quincy Notre Dame is playing host to Arthur Lovington, Atwood Hammond. It is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Our friends from Cumberland have traveled about 3 hours here today, Jack, to get to this location, and they're out on the field warming up. Camp Point Central is one of the squads that probably gets to the field about as late as anyone when it comes to their pregame warm-ups, and so we've not seen them take the field yet today, and with the way the weather is looking, that might not be a bad plan. We'll step aside on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Talk more about the matchup after this.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Before I started at DOT, like a real low point in my life, I just lost my house and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John and he was like, man, come to DOT. They'll pay for your school, they'll pay for your CDLs. I applied and ever since then I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
Are you planning on building? Let Pike County Lumber help. Whether it's big or small, we have everything you need. We carry all building materials like siding, roofing, cabinets, decking, doors, and windows, just to name a few. We also have plumbing and electrical supplies along with tools. From building your shop, your brand new home, or kitchen and bath remodel, Pike County Lumber is here to help. We're family owned for 3 generations. Pike County Lumber. For all your building needs, come see us in Pittsfield.
You've tried it, I've tried it, everyone needs to try it. Sugar and Smoke, 1258 West Washington in Pittsfield. Open Wednesday through Saturday at 11 a.m. Here's what others are saying. This place is fantastic in every way. Pulled pork, pulled chicken, brisket, ribs on the weekends, the best green beans, appetizers, nachos, pony shoes, pork burgers, celebrating 1 year in business. Sugar and Smoke, it's time to eat. Yum! 217-922-0067.
At Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, Illinois, we have Mavericks, we have Rangers, we have F-150s, 250s, and 350s. If you need help with that perfect look after your purchase, I'm Corey Grinke and I Know Trucks. Come see me at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, Illinois.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Beard Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer, proudly serving farmers since 1937. We know how important it is to your operation to keep you running. 4 convenient locations in Ashland, Orangeville, Pittsfield, and Hannibal, Missouri. Beard Implement Company, our people, your advantage.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Pirates headed back to the locker room. Get a little dry weather, warm up a little bit, Jack. Once you get the game going for the players on the field, really this type of weather is not a big bother to them, but it can really have an effect when it comes to ball security and also if you're a team that likes to put the ball in the air.
Yeah, and when you're trying to turn a corner, when you're a quick team and trying to get that plant, I remember the Skimmerhorn boy a year ago, when he'd get into a game like this, he just had trouble getting that foot to plant. And then on the defensive side, the offense has an advantage. They know where they're going. And so to guard against the pass can be even tougher on a day like this if you can get a grip on the ball and make a good throw.
We talked about the schedule for the Pirates and a pretty solid schedule all the way around, including Sullivan, who is playing in the 3A playoffs today at an undefeated record, 10-0, and then 9-1 Atwood Hammond, who finished last season at 9-0 in the regular season. They're playing at Quincy Notre Dame today, trying to avenge a loss from the opening round of the playoffs last year. But this Pirate squad definitely has been battle-tested.
Yeah, when we looked at them in this conference, this is a tougher draw than last year. You saw Dupos and Cesar-Villiers, nothing against those schools. But in this action, when you're playing out of that conference, these are pretty good teams. And Sullivan and Arthur Lovington, both very, very highly rated teams. And this team played a 2-pointer against Arthur Lovington, Atwood Hammond. That tells me a lot about Toledo Cumberland.
Good day to be an umbrella salesman, and see a lot of them popped up around the crowd. Not a bad crowd for Cumberland across the way. And the central stands are starting to fill in as well. I think a couple of people may be sitting in the parking lot right before game time, Jack, is, it's not as bad for the players, but for the fans, it's pretty miserable.
They're down there in the concourse like they are at Busch Stadium, before the game, and then all of a sudden they all appear. The trouble is the concourse here is not very big.
It is not, for sure. Our referee's checking on the chains across the way. We'll do our best to keep the camera lens dry as we can throughout the action here today. But it is raining, it is windy, and, It'll be what it'll be. We'll do our best to bring you the action here on Central Illinois Sports. Our action is only made possible because of our sponsors, and let's pause to hear from some of them on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in the tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield. Helena Agri, Camp Point, Illinois, is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Central Illinois Athletics. For all your seed, fertilizer, and chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agri, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, and Matt Hughes, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 593-7761 for Helena Agri of Camp Point.
Shireman Memorials has been serving the area since 2014 with local and affordable memorial and specialty items production. Jason Shireman has over 20 years of experience and is committed to providing his customers with the best experience. With expertise in sandblasting, carving, etching, and design, you will be dealing with someone who has the knowledge and experience to make a memorial your family can be proud of for generations. You'll find Shireman Memorials at 1135 West Washington Street in Pittsfield and online at shiremanmemorials.com.
When you're ready to restock your pantry, go to Kay's Family Food in Camp Point, Illinois. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. through 8 p.m. Be proud, Camp Point area. Kay's Family Food is the only locally owned grocery store in Adams County outside Quincy. Delicious donuts daily, great lunch specials, fresh cut meats, fresh produce. Kay's Family Food are committed to the area and the school. When you support your local store, they can support you and your school and community. When you need to restock, think of Kay's Family Food, 593-6814. Petty Construction and owner Joe Petty, specializing in commercial and residential roofing systems. They design, build new homes and additions and renovations to your home. Interior and exterior renovations are their specialty. Petty Construction and Joe Petty have the experience in building you are looking for. Call 217-779-6384 or on the web at joe.petty@pettyconstruction.com. Building your community one job at a time.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Aches and pains are a normal part of life, but when they become too much, we have a team of orthopedic surgeons ready to give you relief. The need for joint replacements continue to rise, and our team stays up to date with the latest technology and robotic solutions. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. We've got you covered from head to toe.
For the fall sale at your local Farm and Home Supply, we're going to play a game. Can you guess the price? So, men's and women's Noble Outfitters flannel shirts, is it $19.99 or $29.99? Well, it's under $20, but for $29.99, you can get Noble Outfitters jeans. Next up, I got 6-pack bottles of all Pepsi flavors. Is it 3 for $10 or $4? Well, it's 3 for $10. Next up, big bag, 40 pounds of Heartland Harvest dog food. Is it $5 total savings or $8? Well, it's $8 because there's a $5 rebate.
See all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Let's take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by our friends at Farm and Home Supply. From snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, nobody has it like your local Farm and Home Supply. Find the location nearest you at farmandhomesupply.com. The Cumberland Pirates into this contest with a record of 8-2 on the season. Up front, they'll start Mitchell Blade. He is a 6'1", 185-pound junior. The left guard is Gavin Kaiser. He's a 5'10", 250-pound sophomore. And Isaac Venata will play the left tackle. He's 6 foot 185 pounds and also a sophomore. Brent Wolke plays the right guard. He's 6 foot 210 pounds and a senior. And the right tackle is Matthew Redfern. He's 5'10", 180 pounds, and a senior. Tight end Zach Harmon, not hard to spot. He's 6'7", 215 pounds, and a junior for this squad. At the wideout positions, Kelby Bierman, a senior, 6'2", 175 pounds, and Cade McCann. He is a 5'10", 140-pound junior. The running backs, Grant Kaiser, a 5'10", 210-pound senior, and Cameron Brown, the 5'11", 190-pound senior. The quarterback for this squad is Hudson McElravy. He is 5'9", 140 pounds, and a junior for the Pirates. For the Camp Point Central Panthers, they enter with a record of 9-1 on the season. Jaden Summey starts at center. He's a 6'1", 225-pound senior. Jace Wallace starts at the left guard. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds, and a senior. And Nathan Post plays the left tackle, the 5'11", 245-pound senior. Braden Hummer lines up as the right guard. He's 6'2", 185 pounds, and a junior. And Jack Weiss plays the right tackle, 6'1", 280 pounds, and a junior. Colin Bachhold will line up as the tight end today, the 6'2", 205-pound freshman. In the backfield for the Panthers at fullback will be Connor Bush, the senior, 5'10", 175 pounds. At the wingback, Nate Peters, a 6'1", 195-pound senior, and also Zach Ware, who is 6 foot, 180 pounds, and a junior. They'll line up behind the quarterback for this squad, Elijah Ginnenbacher, the 6'2", 220-pound senior for the Panthers. That's a look at our Farm and Home Supply starting lineups on Central Illinois Sports. The Panthers have taken to the field for the first time this afternoon in preparation of this second round action between the Cumberland Pirates and the Central Panthers. Glad you're with us today. Back after this break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
In a world that seems to be out of control, your friends at First Christian Church of Pittsfield, Illinois want you to know that the hope of God's love reaches out to you. God loves you and He has a purpose for your life. If you'd like to learn more about this, we invite you to join us at 8 a.m. or at 10:30 on Sunday mornings at 225 North Memorial Street in Pittsfield, or online at fccpittsfield.org, our Facebook page, or our YouTube channel. First Christian Church of Pittsfield, Illinois, a safe place to learn and grow.
Stotzi Automotive and Tire, located at 201 Adams Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is your local automotive repair shop. Whether you need an oil change, brake job, alignment, engine repair, or new tires, Stotzi Automotive is here with honest and competitive pricing. Call Reagan and his team today to schedule your appointment. 217-740-5010. That's 217-740-5010 for Stotzi Automotive and Tire.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs. Or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
Best Systems Auto Sales, located at 802 West Washington Street in Pittsfield between Best Systems Car Wash and O'Reilly Auto Parts, is the place to go for your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Check out this deal from Best Systems Auto Sales. This 2019 Jeep Compass Limited is priced to sell at just $22,500. With only 29,000 miles, leather interior, and new tires, this vehicle is ready to roll off the lot today. Contact Best Systems Auto Sales to take a test drive. 217-939-7664.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Brian Dickut Trekking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trekking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trekking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trekking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank. Check out those interest rates that are falling every day, it feels like. Good time to refinance, or if you're in the market for a new home, commercial, or auto loan, contact our friends at Great Rivers Bank, greatriversbank.bank. And they have locations in Pittsfield, Liberty, Barry, and on the Missouri side in Hannibal. We'll step aside for the national anthem. We'll have it for you here from the United States Army Band and Choir. And then we'll be back with football action from Camp Point Central after this.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this season. If you are looking to get team shirts or spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square feet of retail space, so pop in and see what we have to offer. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, laser engraving, and banners. The Walker family has proudly owned and operated Press Yours On You for over 18 years. Being a small-town business, our goal is customer satisfaction. We would like to thank everyone who has supported us. As always, thank you for supporting local.
It's time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Kaylee Fessler. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
About 5 minutes away from kickoff here at Camp Point Central. The lights are on. It is a overcast day for sure. The rain has let up just a bit. The wind has picked up a hair as well. And really, Jack, shockingly, a windy location here. Quite honestly, when it's not windy, the wind is blowing here. I would say the American flag gets a workout here on a regular basis on the prairie in rural Adams County. But Talking about some keys to the game in this one, obviously with the weather today, ball security is going to be big, and on the defensive side, trying to create some turnovers with some added help from Mother Nature could be key.
If you happen to slip, that's going to turn somebody loose because that guy heading to the end zone knows where he's going if he can keep his footing. Also trying to throw the ball, being able to see it through the rain and the wind, and being able to secure things when it comes down will be important. Both these teams throw a lot more short passes than they do long passes, so that'll make a big difference too. And is not this Toledo Cumberland team the team that Greenfield came back and won against right in the final moments, I do believe, a year ago?
It's a team that is pretty dynamic on the offensive side. Quarterback in Hudson McElravy that's thrown for over 1,200 yards. Good balance on the ground as well, and will be a tough opponent for this Camp Point Central squad. You talked about a week ago, Central had some trouble really getting much going against what was a pretty solid front for Nokomis. You look at that and you try to compare scores to, Cumberland beating Nokomis 42-0. You kind of have no idea. I mean, it gives you a little bit of a comparison, I guess, if you're the coaches on both sides to kind of know what you're going against. But that's why they play the games. You have to match up against your opponent today, not who you played a week ago or in the case with Cumberland several weeks ago.
Thing I noticed with Cumberland, too, 3 seniors, 7 juniors, and a sophomore in the starting lineup. This is a young team, and got some good size, but they've been tested. But you never know what it was like in week 6, 7, 8 like that. You don't know who was hurt at that time, who was playing, just like it is for Camp Point Central, where it's been a while since they've been able to have their 2 wingbacks healthy, and I think they've got 3 or 4 fairly healthy ones today.
Our referees today, referee Brian Couple, umpire Kurt Couple, line judge is Dan Held, head linesman is Aaron Lane, the back judge is Tim Urban. We thank them for being here today to keep everything in order from the refereeing side of things. And Camp Point Central getting ready to run through the banner here in just a moment. And we'll have kickoff action for you. I don't believe we've actually conducted a coin toss yet, so they'll do it right before game time.
I have not seen it yet.
Teams are a little staggered in and out with the weather when they went to the locker room and when they came out. Once Camp Point Central comes out, they're out.
And they are ready to go at that point. This is kind of their tradition, running through that banner. And the girls are not quite standing on each other's shoulders today, but they usually rip up about 4 hours of work in about a half a second when they come through that banner. Girls doing a good job putting that all together to support the guys on this football team. And this community has really supported this team. And here come the Panthers as they get ready to play football action in round 2 of the playoffs.
Our game today is brought to you in part by our friends at PCRE Real Estate and Auction. With our experienced lineup of brokers, we sell it all, including tillable farmland, hunting and recreational properties, commercial buildings, residential homes, investment properties, and or anything in between. See all of our current listings at PCRErealestate.com.
Well, Coach Ray on the sidelines getting ready to call the offense. Coach Dixon will call the defense. Casey Monroe up above us here. Did put a 10 over the top of him today for him and Coach Bueller to kind of protect him a little bit. But with Remington, it takes a pretty good-sized tent to keep him covered.
Hopefully it just stays on the roof, and hopefully they do as well. Camp Point Central will be in the black uniforms, black pants, gold helmets, and numbers, as the Pirates are in the white uniforms with the white pants, blue numbers, and light blue trim. And the captains and coaches are about to meet with the officials at midfield to conduct today's coin toss. Central usually, when they win the coin toss, defers to the second half. Seems like that's kind of more of a norm than an exception these days, Jack. A lot of teams kind of take that method. They want to have that ball in the second half.
Nokomis did it last week, and it looked like it was going to be pretty good. Scoreless first quarter, and then the Panthers took, a 20-0 lead, I do believe, into the locker rooms at halftime. But we're getting ready for the 2 teams to come out here for the coin flip. You'll see Caden Niekamp along with Summy, Nate Peters, and Elijah Ginnenbacher, and Coach Dixon hand in hand, as they have done many times. On the other side, Toledo Cumberland's captains come out, 4 on each side.
Bierman McElravy along with McGinnis, and the 4th young man is Cameron Brown, wearing the number 45 today. They'll shake hands and hear some instructions from our officials. Tell you about the couple boys who kind of run this crew to a Really good job. Plus, Jack, they're both pretty big hombres in their own right, and not a lot of people probably looking to pick a fight with the old couples, I'd say, back in the day.
I'm going to tell you what, when they show up for any sporting event, you feel comfortable that they're going to do a good job for you, and we appreciate the officials. If you have not ever thought about it and you've been officiating from the stands, IHSA.org, become an official. They'll pay you a little money. You'll burn some gas, buy a lot of equipment, and a few people will tell you how to do your job.
The field in really good shape here today. Had some rain earlier in the week, but looks to be pretty firm at this point in time.
I do want to shout out to Randy Bungie back home. Randy, we appreciate your support of our broadcast throughout the season, and he's probably been celebrating since last Tuesday or so, and he just hasn't recovered yet, but we'll see him again, hopefully on another playoff game. Glad he's joined us. Gene Weldy out there delivering mail today. Gene Weldy, an integral part of the reason we started broadcasting here at Camp Point Central. Gino, I hope you enjoy the game today.
Camp Point Central on the toss. They defer to the second half. That means Cumberland will start with the ball here this afternoon. And we'll see Rodriguez and the kicking team for Camp Point Central taking the field here in just a moment. I will say, Jack, that I remember a much younger, maybe not quite as wise Brad Dixon, who might have still been wearing shorts on a day like this a couple of years ago. He's donning the long pants today, as a little more gray in that beard has made him maybe a little bit, I'm not trying to say smarter, but well, he likes to be a little warmer.
Well, the playoff beard is still growing. Oh, he's got a dandy beard going, and he hopes it looks pretty rough like it did a year ago, but there's a lot of work to be done yet. And this Cumberland team is a dangerous, dangerous opponent. You get to the second round, that's just the way it is, folks, and you got to play your best football if you want to play one more week.
Winner plays the winner of Calhoun and Sesser-Valier. A game being played in Hardin this afternoon. If it would be Cumberland that wins, they would host that game. If it was Central, they would go on the road.
Central would go on the road for sure. Yep, either way, I believe.
Nope. Cumberland would host. Calhoun's hosted twice. Gerhardt is back to receive the kick.
Yep.
I've heard it somewhere before in my own ears here. Rodriguez has it teed up. Of course, we've talked a lot about Marco Rodriguez over the last couple of years and how much of a weapon he is from the kicking game. 7 men on the front line, it appears, here for Cumberland, and Rodriguez will pooch it over the front line, and this one will roll into the end zone for a touchback, and Cumberland will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So one of the rare times that Central didn't fake the onside attempt first, and Rodriguez placed it right where he wanted it. Here comes the offense led by junior quarterback Hudson McElravy, the 5'9", 140-pound junior. You hear a lot of him. You hear a lot of Kaiser and Brown. And then a guy, Jack, that I'll be interested to see how they match up with today on the tight end side of things, the 6'7", 215-pound junior, and Zach Harmon.
Be tough. Leroy up 28-10 in the second quarter with 4 minutes left. They've spread that out a little bit.
McElravy will be under center. Single back behind him in the backfield. Man offset on the right side. McElravy will bark out the cadence, takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the first back, who is tripped up and taken down after a short gain on the play. Ball carrier was Kaiser. Kaiser takes it up near the 24-yard line. 4-yard gain on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Trying to see through these windows with the rain on them is a little more interesting, but we'll do the best we can. Looks like he got a spot a little bit shy of that 24-yard line, maybe closer to the 23.
You have a better view on the camera, folks, than we do through the windows, trust me.
2nd down here for the Pirates. As the quarterback, McElravy tries to draw the Panthers offside. Nothing going here. He'll hand it off again to the deep back. That is Kaiser. Kaiser stacked up on the right side at the 25-yard line. Pick up 2 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5 yards to go.
Big play right off the bat here. Footing looks to be a little bit treacherous out there for both sides. The defense not really being able to plant and get that hard hit. We can remember a game many years ago. Calhoun hosted Carthage back in the day, and it rained as hard as it could rain all day long. And Rick Johns told me afterwards, well, we beat him, but I think we'd have hurt him if it wouldn't have been so wet.
3rd and 5 here on the first drive of the game for the Pirates from their own 25-yard line. They want to go to the air for the first time as McElravy sets up under center. Puts a man in motion from the left to the right. Penalty flag flies. Holy cow, there's Caden Niekamp. Meets the quarterback in the backfield and rips him down for the sack. We'll have to wait and see what the penalty flag is about, as it looks like now. This would be an illegal procedure play, which Central would turn down. The tackle was made back near the 18-yard line, a loss of 7 yards on the play, and this is going to bring up a 4th down and 12.
Illegal shift is the actual call. Turned down in the early going, and it'll be punt time for Toledo Cumberland, and they just found out about Caden Niekamp.
Watch how fast Niekamp comes off the right side of this defense. He goes unblocked. They're trying to run away from him, and you just weren't quick enough that time to run away from Caden Niekamp if you were the Pirates. So the big man at Harmon will punt from his own 6-yard line. Panthers have nobody back to receive the kick. A good snap. He will have it partially blocked. It'll go out of bounds, and let's see where they mark this ball here. It's going to be a short field for Camp Point Central up near the 26-yard line. Penalty flag in the backfield, though. Is it roughing the punter? It is running into the kicker.
Well, if you touch the ball, now wait a minute. It shouldn't be a problem.
And they're going to repeat 4th down here. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll say he made contact with the leg. So bring up a 4th and 7 now from the 23-yard line.
I thought they made contact with the ball. I guess not, huh?
Harmon will now set up near his own 11-yard line. Kind of caught the snap into his belly the last time, does again, and gets this one away. Rodriguez is back, but he will let this one bounce, and the Panthers will take it right at the Pirate 49-yard line with exactly 10 minutes to play in this first quarter. Central have it 1st and 10 from the Pirate 49-yard line after this word from Dot Foods.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their task. Dot Foods has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose Dot.
Camp Point Central on the field on the offensive side for the first time today, and the flag flies on the opposite side as the ball carrier dragging men with him in Ginnenbacher. Ginnenbacher still fighting inside the 30 down near the 26, but this one could be coming back. Nope, it'll be a sideline warning against the squad from Cumberland. So that'll be down to the 27-yard line, Jack. A gain of 22 yards on 1st and 10 by Ginnenbacher as he lined up at the fullback spot with the quarterback Mowen under center. So a 1st and 10 from the 27.
Niekamp back there also now.
A little bit of a heavy set now, huh? As Ginnenbacher's actually lined up on the right side of the formation. They'll hand it off to Peters. Peters is tripped up, taking out. Nice play in the backfield this time by the Pirates. That was Gerhardt on the tackle. Short gain to the 26-yard line, it appears. A gain of a yard. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Panthers pick up the first down of the ball game just under 10 minutes, and here in a 2nd and long.
Quick to the line of scrimmage is Central as Ginnenbacher now sets up under center at the quarterback. He'll hand it off. Now he'll keep it himself along the left side. Hit from behind and taken down after a gain near the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup, and it's quickly 3rd down and 6.
4 down territory here for the Panthers. Here comes Caden Niekamp back in. He'll play in that backfield along with Ginnenbacher. Let's see how they want to line up. Looks like Ginnenbacher will be the quarterback this time in the no huddle.
A little bit of switching up here. Early going for Camp Point Central, 8:50 and counting as Ginnenbacher sets up under center. Puts Peters in motion, pitches it outside to Niekamp. Waits for the blocker to set up. Ooh, lost his footing, though, as he went to plant. Down near the 22-yard line, a short 1-yard gain on the play. And this will bring up a 4th down and 4.
Yep, Niekamp that time had trouble with the footing. And, they haven't played in any rain this year. We're back in the game. See who comes out on the side. Ginnenbacher.
It's 4th and 5 here as they mark the ball. And Cumberland trying to get a big stop here. Put a man in motion in Peters, trying to drown them off sides. No bite this time from the Pirates. 10 seconds on the play clock as Ginnenbacher looks to the sideline.
11 in the box here, Charlie.
He sets up under center again. We'll see a whistle and a timeout going to be taken by Camp Point Central to set up this play. So it's our first Adams Fiber timeout of the contest for reliable internet that doesn't buffer no matter what life throws at you. It's Adams Fiber. They're local and providing the ultimate internet experience. Visit followthefiber.net. Out of the timeout, it'll be a 4th down and 5 yards to go from the 22-yard line for Camp Point Central. I want to remind you about our friends at Bowlers Universe. Come out and enjoy a great evening with friends and family at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield, Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays 11 to midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. A great menu to choose from. Daily lunch specials throughout the week at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield.
We're Niekamp and Ginenbacher along with Peters out there in the running back formation.
May you see the Panthers go to the air here on the 4th and 5. Peters is the wingback of the left side. He and Ginenbacher hooked up several times a week ago. Back to pass, looking that direction. Peters is open in the flats. He's got it at the 15, now 10-yard line before he's contacted down near the 5. And it'll be a 17-yard pickup on the play and 1st and goal for Camp Point Central.
Second first down of the ball game. Elijah Ginenbacher found Peters wide open in the flats that time, did he not?
You talked about everybody being up in the box. They'll try to get a dry ball onto the field here, and it's 1st and goal from the 5. Ginenbacher is the quarterback. He's under center, puts a man in motion, hands it off to the fullback in Niekamp, puts his head down, runs over a man, and he's in for the touchdown. Niekamp takes it in at the 7:42 mark of the first quarter, and Camp Point Central with a 6-0 lead on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
Probably see a lot of people go for 2 today. You got that replay?
Well, wait a second. I mean, you want to see it right now?
No, I don't want to
We usually go to break with it.
I don't blame you.
Niekamp had some contact right near the line of scrimmage, lowered that shoulder and ran over the top of the man. One of the fastest 2 players on the team is Niekamp.
You saw him on the defense, now on the offense.
Central will go for 2 here with Ginenbacher as the quarterback. Make sure the line comes set. Puts Peters in motion. Keeps it himself along the right side behind Niekamp, and he is in for the 2-point try. The 2-point conversion is successful, and with 7 minutes, 42 seconds to play in the first, it's Camp Point Central leading Cumberland by an 8-0 count.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dew Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dew Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dew Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Deer Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at deerwestergrain.com.
7:42 to play in the first. An early 8-0 lead for Camp Point Central on top of Cumberland on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. And the Panthers, who got the stop early on the defensive side, took very little time to drive the ball from the 49 of Cumberland and in for a touchdown. 7 plays later.
2:18, actually.
2 minutes, 18 seconds. And Rodriguez again will kick it over the front line. It'll be taken here by the Pirates, and that young man will slip as he was trying to get his feet under him. That was McMecken. He'll be right at the 20-yard line. That's where the Pirates started on their last drive at the 20 with 7:39 to play in this opening period.
Panthers defense saw Niekamp on the last cause some havoc with the quarterback when he went back to pass. Not much time there. Big thing is to cover it from end to end right now, because it looks like Cumberland may be looking to run the ball to get some things set up.
Pirates run a man off the field. They'll have the quarterback in McElravy, this time in the shotgun. Running back stands to his left. He's back to pass. Looking right the whole time. Flag is thrown on the play. Bierman, the intended receiver, incomplete pass. And we'll get a sideline warning here against Camp Point Central.
Hadn't had any till last week. Got 2 last week. Now we've had 2 this week, but an incomplete pass, right?
An incomplete pass will stop the clock with 7:35 to play in the first and bring up a 2nd down and 10. It must be a point of emphasis in the postseason. And
who was the intended receiver?
Bierman that time, number 3. 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. A little confusion who was coming out of the game there, as looked like McGinnis was ready to head to the sideline.
Film I saw in Cumberland, didn't see him in the pistol much.
Trips to the left-hand side, single man to the right. McElravy is in the shotgun. He is back to pass. The lefty throws to the left, and it's batted down by Niekamp now in the backfield. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Pirates from the 20-yard line.
Getting to know you, Caden Niekamp, and you'll get to know him before the day's over. Been the second leading tackler for the last 3 years in this program.
Let's watch it on the Northwestern Mutual Instant Replay. Again, you see he just fights off the single block that time, and Niekamp's one of those kids that you almost have to have a double team on throughout the day. 3rd down here, and in jeopardy of a quick 3 and out if they can't convert on this 3rd and 10 are the Pirates. Trips left, single receiver to the right-hand side. McElravy again is back to pass, trying to set up a screen. Has it set up here. Caught and running with it is Gerhardt. Gerhardt up across the 25, near the 27-yard line or so. Let's see where they mark the ball here. It's close to the sticks. Looks like he's going to be about 2 yards short. So caught to the 28-yard line, then it's 4th down and 2.
Tough decision to make, but boy, you go for it here and you don't make it. You're giving the other team short distance.
I mean, I don't think this is a tough decision. You have to punt from your own 28-yard line, I would think. Even the analytics on.
It doesn't look like they're going to, though, Charlie.
This could set you up in a hole early. 10 seconds on the play clock as the Pirates get together.
They'll go to a hard count, I would say, or maybe call timeout here.
I think they're going to call it timeout, and that would tell you a timeout probably not coming to punt the ball away, but a little indecision and a timeout taken by the Pirates. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We'll see what the decision is when we come back.
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
GSI grain bins are built using the highest strength steel available. This allows you to store more grain to maximize your profitability and efficiency. Buy one now and receive our winter discount program. Mixer Lumber Company, your GSI grain bin dealer.
Timeout taken by the Pirates with 7 minutes 23 seconds to play in this first quarter. 8-0 is the early lead for Camp Point Central, and it appears that Cumberland is considering going for it 4th and 2 from their own 28-yard line.
Well, you probably wouldn't call a timeout to punt, would you?
I wouldn't.
But, if I were the assistant coaches, I'd be saying, let's take a look. We're down 8-0 here. If we make this, that's fine. We're still deep in our own territory. If we don't, we're giving the ball to a team that just took the ball down the field on us.
Especially with the wet surface, you could just have so many things. A mishandled snap on the exchange, a slip in the backfield. There's just a lot of risk here, I think, but it does appear that the Pirates will go for it here. A single receiver is split out wide to the left-hand side, as this time the quarterback McElravy will be under center. I formation behind him in the backfield. They'll move the big tight end and Harmon now to the right side of the formation. McElravy takes the snap, pitches it outside. Gerhardt, the ball carrier here, and he's stopped short, right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, no loss, and Camp Point Central will take over from the 28-yard line with 7:18 to play in this first quarter.
Who was the ball carrier?
Gerhardt, number 12. 1st and 10, and they'll officially mark that ball at the 27-yard line, in fact.
Big defensive play that time. Nice job by the end and the quarterback turning the man around. Here come the Panthers.
Ginenbacher will start the series under center. Second series of the day started in their opponent's territory for Camp Point Central, and the ball carrier is the quarterback in Ginenbacher, rumbling, stumbling, and picks up a short gain on the play near the 24-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on first down, and will bring up a 2nd down and 7.
31 yards and 4 carries already for Elijah Ginenbacher. 3 first downs for the Panthers, counting the touchdown, and a 2nd and 7.
They're going to say his knee was down a little earlier than that. We'll call it 2nd and 8. Fake Peters in motion, try to draw the defense offside. Everybody is stacked up within about 6 or 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's where Central was able to go to the air on the last drive. Peters in motion now from the left to the right. They'll hand it off to Bush. Bush up the middle from the fullback spot. A gain down near the 20-yard line here. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. Gerhardt in on the stop for the Pirates.
First carry for Connor Bush of the day, and he's been an integral part of this program for the last 3 years as a backup, now the starting fullback, and he's put some good yards together this season. Got to be close to 500 yards on the season, I would think.
He'll come out now as Niekamp will check in at the fullback, and it's a 3rd and 3. You got to like a kid like Connor Bush, who didn't get discouraged because he was behind some really good players throughout his career. Just kept working, biding his time, and now he has had a really nice senior season. 3rd and 3 here, and they'll hand it off to Niekamp on the left-hand side. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Inside the 10, 5, and he's taken down right there near the 4. 16-yard pickup on the play by Niekamp, and Central has it 1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
Another first down, the 4th of the ball game. Niekamp had one guy to beat. Usually he just annihilates that person. He made him pay, but they were able to knock him down. No huddle. Here come the Panthers quickly to the line of scrimmage.
1st and goal, ball at the 4. The quarterback is Genenbacher. Hands it to Niekamp again. This time he stood up and taken down near the 5. Going to lose about a half a yard on the play. Good tackle that time made by Isaac Venata. 2nd and goal.
You know, it's one of those times now where if you fake the Niekamp going to the left side and you naked, the quarterback naked bootleg the other way, that new bootleg is a big boy coming around there.
It is 2nd and goal from the 5. Clock rolling here. 5:10 and counting in the opening period as Genenbacher brings the play in from the sideline. Full house backfield this time as the quarterback Genenbacher will hand it off to Niekamp. Left side, stretches out, and he is down just shy, it appears, of the goal line at the 1. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
Good job tackling that time by the squad from Cumberland as they were able to stand up the strongest man on this field. Whew, he's a tough one.
Niekamp will come out. Bush is back in to play fullback, and this play will come with just over 4 minutes to play in the opening period. Already an 8-0 Camp Point Central lead, looking to add to it here from their opponent's 1-yard line. See if Genenbacher keeps it on a quarterback sneak this time, possibly. He's under center, puts a man in motion. He'll hand it off to Bush along the left-hand side. He pushes through the tackler and is taken down at the half-yard line, and it's going to be 4th and goal. Wow, what a play.
Nice job on the stance this time in 4-down territory from, the 5 or 6 yard line?
Started at the 4, yeah. Went back a yard, gained 4, gained nothing, and now it's 4th and goal. This is a big play.
They're going to put that power backfield together, and I wondered if Mound would go to quarterback, but he will not. Bush comes out, and Niekamp back in at the fullback position.
Already some dirty jerseys for this Pirates squad as they've been rolling around in the mud making some tackles. Genenbacher is under center on a 4th and goal. He takes the snap, hands it off to Niekamp, puts his head down, stretches out, and he is in for the 1-yard touchdown run.
Caden Niekamp 1 yard out at the 3:27 mark and adds to the Panther lead.
2nd touchdown run of the day for Niekamp, and it makes it a 14-0 lead on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. The Panthers started inside their opponent's territory at the 27 with 7:18 to play, and able to capitalize with a touchdown with 3:27 left in the first quarter to take the 2-score lead.
Yeah, Cumberland took such a big chance there, and the Panthers have made them pay for it in the early going here. This 2-point conversion could be big right now.
Mallon is under center as Genenbacher is the wingback on the right-hand side. They'll hand it off to Genenbacher. He cuts back to the middle of the field, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. Camp Point Central having it their way early. Niekamp on his 2nd touchdown of the day, this time from 1 yard out. And with 3:27 to play in the first, it's Central 16, Cumberland nothing.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Make sure you include the Damon guys to get it right the first time. Residential and commercial, new builds, or existing. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
3 minutes, 27 seconds to play in the first. An 8-play drive started at their opponent 27-yard line. Scored on 4th and goal from the 1 did Camp Point Central. The 2-point run was good by Ginnenbacher, and it's a 16-0 Central advantage on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
4:12 is how much time it took to make that happen.
Rodriguez has it teed up for the third time today from his 40-yard line.
Lena up 14-0 over Stockton. Belleville Altough up 6-0 in the first quarter against Carrollton.
Now they'll fake the onside, and Cumberland will drop back into a normal return formation as they had 7 men on the front line. Now they'll drop back with just 5 guys on the front. Rodriguez has the whistle from the official already and will put his boot into this one. A line drive up the middle, and it's going to be taken on the run here by Kaiser. Kaiser is spun around, taken down up near the 40-yard line on a nice return for the Pirates, and it'll be 1st and 10 with 3 minutes, 21 seconds to play in the first.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
1st and 10 for the Cumberland Pirates from their own 40-yard line. Best field position of the day for this Pirate squad as McElravy is under center. I formation behind him in the backfield. Now he pops up, shouts some instructions to his lineman. 9 seconds on the play clock. He will take the snap. Hands it off to the deep back this time. Ball carrier is Cameron Brown. Brown down the sideline and pushed out of bounds and slides through the slip and slide. They'll say that he
got a first down.
Stayed in bounds. I haven't signaled yet. Where are they going to set the ball? If it's the 49 of the Panthers, that would be a first down. And it will be a 1st and 10 for...
They haven't moved to change yet.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1st and 10. It's impossible to start from the 40 and get to your opponent's 49 and not pick up at least 10.
Who was the ball carrier?
That time it was Brown. Cameron Brown, the 5'11", 190-pound senior.
His first carry, 10 yards in the day. A couple tackles missed early.
You'll be able to see him now because his jersey matches his last name. Under center is McElravy. He'll hand it off to Brown. Spins around this time. Good hard run down to the 46-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Brown really ran hard that time. Niekamp coming off the pile that time. Also in on the tackle for the Panthers, wearing the number 68 is Nathan Post.
2nd down and 7 yards to go here for the Pirates.
In Panther territory.
From the 46-yard line.
Wishbone this time, very tight.
Under center is McElravy. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Ball is on the ground. Diving on it was Brown. It's a battle for it on the pile here. Looked like Brown was able to recover it. Back near the 47. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down and 8.
Quarterback just never got the ball to him that time. And you wonder how wet those hands were after he slid through that mud pile on the mud hole on this side.
1:40 and counting in the first quarter. 3rd down and 8 yards to go here for the Pirates in what you would consider to be 4-down territory if they were willing to go for it from their own 28 earlier in this quarter.
Bachhold in on the line playing the defensive end opposite Caden Niekamp on this side now.
2 receivers to the left, also the big tight end, and Harmon is on the left side of the formation as McElravy is by himself in the backfield. Quick throw out to the right side, the lefty across his body. Intended receiver was Brown. It's incomplete. Stops the clock with 1:14 to play in the first and brings up a 4th and 8. I think you need to heavily consider punting if you are the Pirates here.
They're talking here, and they're bringing some new people in, but Harmon there, the tight end, not setting up like he's the punter yet. We'll see what happens.
It is 4th down and 8 from the 47-yard line.
They're going for it.
Trips left. Single receiver the right-hand side. This might be one of those situations where you try to get it to Harmon on a jump ball, but he is the far receiver on that left side. McElravy in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Rolling to his left. Feels some pressure. Steps into the throw. It's well short of the intended recipient. Incomplete. And a turnover on downs with 1:09 to play in the first. And again, Camp Point Central will have pretty good field position starting 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. And Jack, maybe I'm just too old school and I don't understand the analytics, but I would try to make Camp Point Central put together a long drive. Again, a wet track today with the rain in the area. A lot of mistakes going to happen. You could get the ball back deep in their territory with a fumble or a quick 3-and-out. But as it is, the Pirates have turned it over on downs, and Central has the ball from their own 47.
Had it for 2 minutes and 12 seconds that time. Panthers right back at it.
Mowen is under center. The quarterback takes the snap, hands it to the second back through, and he is met that time with a big hit from Brown. That was Rigg on his first carry of the day, and he's met by Mr. Brown right in the hole, back to the 45-yard line, a loss of 2 on the play.
Quarterback McElravy was in on that, too.
That was a big-time hit. As the Panthers huddle, we'll take a look at that on the Northwestern Mutual Instant Replay. Thanks to Sheila Davidsmeyer and her team for sponsoring our Instant Replay. Watch this. Rigg the second back on that. Boom. Just right there. Brown on the stop.
What a hit.
Dead in his tracks. 2nd and 12. As the clock ticks down to 33 seconds to play in the first. This time it's Ginnenbacher, hands it off to Peters along the right side. Makes a man miss, now has the corner. Inside Pirate territory, shy of the 45, near the 46-yard line. A pickup on the play of, 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and a long 3.
Good job by Peters. Almost lost the footing right at the line of scrimmage as he tried to turn the corner, but was able to get both feet under him and make the play.
That'll take us to the second quarter as there's only 5 seconds on the game clock, and after 1, it's Camp Point Central 16, Cumberland nothing. Central will have a 3rd and 3 when we start quarter number 2.
Fostered Farm Equipment has served our community since 1986, carrying the quality brands you know and trust. Now in our 2nd generation, we are proud to continue our family's legacy of quality customer service from showroom to field. We offer new, used, and consignment sales. So whether you're working 1 acre or 1,000, we have something for every operation. Our customers work hard. That's why we work hard to keep America's farmer in the field and not in the shop. We look forward to serving our community and customers for decades to come.
Hey, Abe. Hey, George. You know what? We love beer!
This election year, be sure to make the correct decision and vote jerseys. Over the last 4 years, we have helped put more money back in your pocket with our daily drink specials and incredible food deals. We have also made steaks great again with our partnership with GJY Beef Company. So when you are making your next dinner decision, make it Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, Illinois.
Ready to start the second quarter, a 16-0 lead for Camp Point Central on top of Cumberland on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Panthers will have a 3rd and 3 from the Pirates' 46-yard line to start quarter number 2.
Althoff ahead 14-0 over Carrollton starting the second quarter. Calhoun up 6-0 after 1 quarter. 14-0 Lena in the second quarter of action there.
3rd and 3 as Ginnenbacher is under center for the Panthers. Puts Peters in motion. He fakes the handoff, keeps himself, has the first down as he runs over a would-be tackler. Pulling away now and is deep into territory to the 27-yard line. And pickup of 19 yards on the play by Ginnenbacher and a 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
53 yards for the young man in his senior year, 6 carries. And the Panthers pick up their 6th first down. They'll huddle here with 11:48 left in the second quarter. Clock ticking down, leading 16-0 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
You do not want to be a defensive back and see Elijah Ginnenbacher coming at you with that type of speed. Logan Gerhardt was the recipient of a big hit that time. He's 5'10", 150 pounds, and, well, Ginnenbacher is not. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line here. Ginnenbacher will hand it to Bush. Bush running up the middle. Short gain on the play, it appears, to the 25-yard line. 2-yard pickup on 1st down. Brings up a 2nd down and 8.
Leroy up 28-10 at halftime over Rockford Lutheran in a good matchup there.
Who gave him a little better spot even to the 24. Calling a 2nd down and 7 on the 3-yard pickup that time by Bush. I want to remind you about the Pike County Express. They've been serving Pike County and the surrounding area since 1991. You can see them on a newsstand each Wednesday near you. 2nd down, 7 yards to go, just underway here in quarter number 2. Ginnenbacher is the quarterback. Hands it off to Niekamp, and he's submerged that time by Brown. Another good tackle by Brown. And it is a gain of about a yard on the play here. And I'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
It's when you got to recognize that tackler going that low on you and have the opportunity to step over him. But that time he took Caden's ankles out from under him and he went straight down.
Well, to be fair, Niekamp has not been a ball carrier for a long part of his career. He played guard to start the season. It's 3rd and 6 yards to go here. Just over 10 minutes to play in the half. And the double wing for the Panthers. Let's see if they want to go to the air. Nope, Ginnenbacher going to try to keep it himself. Breaks the tackle. He's got an opening now into the open field.
Look out.
5, down to the 1, and he's in for the touchdown. Ginnenbacher takes it in from 23 yards out, and Camp Point Central takes the 22-0 lead.
9:59 left second quarter. Panthers up 22-0. Ginnenbacher was not going to be stopped that time. He just ran over a couple of people, had clear pay dirt. Second quarter, first time they've scored, and now they'll go for two. And Elijah leading this team on this wet field.
Kind of looked like you saw him run in the playoffs a year ago, Jack. Once he kind of gets that one broken tackle, he can kick into a different gear.
76 yards already for him, Charlie.
They will go for two as Mauman will be set up under center.
Eichen wide to the right.
He will hand it off along the right-hand side. Peters looking to turn a corner. Gets a key block out in front that time and gets the 2-point try. Camp Point Central having it their way so far. 9 minutes, 59 seconds to play in the first half. They lead Toledo Cumberland 24-0.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
9:59 to play in the first half. Ginnenbacher finds pay dirt this time from 23 yards out, and then the 2-point run was good by Peters. A key block that time. Who'd you say had that?
Tate Eichen. He came wide out there, and he clocked somebody.
As Rodriguez has it teed up and ready to kick off here for Camp Point Central. Marco's kick is on the ground, going to be taken on a bouncing ball. Man dives on it. Now a couple of Pirates onto the pile there to protect the treasure, and they'll have it at the 32-yard line, their own 32, with 9 minutes, 57 seconds to play in this first half.
20-yard line, 20-yard line, 40-yard line, now the 32.
Pirates really need some positive momentum on this drive to not let this game get too far apart before halftime. They'll look to spread it out here. Trips left. A single receiver to the right-hand side. McElravy is the quarterback. He is in the shotgun. Back to his left. He'll fake the handoff. Now he makes a man in a knee can't miss, but he's stacked up as he tries to push forward for a short gain on the play up near the 33. 2nd and 9. Made knee can't miss in the backfield, though.
Yep, he did make him miss, and he made a good fake to the man going to the right before he rolled back out to the left-hand side and found the opening. They put Harmon so wide out, I think, on a day like this, it'd be hard to get the ball to him, and I think I'd put him in a tight end set and just see if he could throw a jump ball to him once in a while.
Hey, 6'7". Tallest guy on Central's team is what, probably Ginnenbacher? Eichen.
It's not Marco Rodriguez.
Backel, maybe.
Colton Cooley out here on this cornerback on the right side. He's about 5'8".
No defensive backs matching up with him that well. McElravy has got a naked backfield, and the play clock is down to 0, and that'll move him back 5 yards for the Pirates. Or will they take a timeout? It'll be a dead ball delay of game. Back to the 28-yard line, the ball will go here, and it'll be a 2nd down and 14.
First penalty of the day that's actually been accepted, I think, on them. The Panthers had one of 5 yards on that punt running into the punter.
2nd down and 14 now for the Pirates as they'll bring 4 men from the sideline to the huddle.
Quincy Notre Dame was up 13-0 last count we heard from there. 10th and Jackson's where they're playing today. Probably
2nd
not
down
muddy there.
and 14. The turf is probably nice and pristine. A lot of movement here on the defensive side, and a whistle and a timeout going to be taken by the Cumberland Pirates. We'll take it as well on the Adams Network timeout for the best internet service around, folks. It's Adams Fiber. Great speeds, and no matter what life throws at you or how many video games those kids are playing, it's never going to buffer. Learn more at followthefiber.net.
Sports families, come check out Central Valley Sports, the new facility in town. Located 3 miles south of Winchester at 520 Winchester Glasgow Road. batting cages, pitching mounds, pitching machines, and more. Open to all ages and skill levels. The facility is available for team rental, individual membership, and family memberships. Be sure to check out the Central Valley Sports Facebook page for more information and stay up to date on individual lessons and camps offered throughout the year.
8:34 to play in the half. Timeout taken by the Pirates, their second of this first half. They'll have one remaining, trailing 24-0 to Camp Point Central on a 2nd and 14 from their own 28-yard line.
Cheerleaders have taken the rain gear off. Maybe the rain has settled down here a little bit, and we're just wet from the previous rain. Wind still blowing.
McElravy will be in the naked backfield. The left-handed junior quarterback, he is back to pass, looking to his right, throwing that way, and it's broken up. Broken up there by Wallace that time, I believe. Jace Wallace on the pass breakup, and it'll be a 3rd and 14.
1 of 6 for 8 yards so far for this squad from Cumberland. Yeah, Wallace came in and made the big hit that time on a ball that was right on the money.
They're down here, as the Pirates will switch some personnel out. Clock not moving as the incompletion stopped it with 8:30 to play in the second quarter. Receivers head to the left-hand side. And Gerhardt and Harmon. 2 men to the right-hand side as well. McElravy is back to pass. Throws down the middle of the field. This is going to be picked off, and it is. Picked off by Peters, it looks like here. 35, 30-yard line. Down the sideline, cuts back and dives ahead of the 21. And that's where Camp Point Central will have it with 8:19 to play in the first half on the pick by Peters.
Nice job by Peters. He was the only guy who had any chance at all of getting to that one. Looks like they're going to set on the 22-yard line, Charlie.
8:19 to play in the half, and Camp Point Central is having it their way here today. Watch this. Yeah, he was the closest man to the ball, and Peters good blocking out in front that time. Ginnenbacher helped free it up a little bit there.
When you went desperation on that 4th down deep in your own territory, you just set this whole game up to be right where it's at right now.
Well, this Central squad for sure tastes blood in the water, Jack. They've been in a lot of these games throughout their career. As Ginnenbacher is back to pass, he's got a man open and Rigg into the end zone. He catches it, and he has caught it for the touchdown. Ginnenbacher to Curtis Rigg that time out of the backfield. 22-yard connection on the first play of the drive, and Central on top 30-0.
A 22-yard pass play to Curtis Rigg, just coming back off of that injury from Ginnenbacher, and he put it right on the money, and Rigg did a great job looking it all the way in.
Now the Panthers will go for the 2-point try here once again. Still 8:11 to play in this first half.
30-0, 8:11 left in the half, and you know, you've got to play conservative football if you're going to play ball control here and not give the Panthers the ball that often.
Ginnenbacher is under center as the rain starts again. Man slips a bit. Ginnenbacher just turns and sees an opening, and he'll be in for the 2-point try. Well, 3 by ground, 2 by air, I believe, today. Maybe that was the first one. Either way, Camp Point Central with a 32-0 lead as Ginnenbacher finds Rigg. They lead Cumberland in the first half.
For the fall sale at your local Farm and Home Supply, we're going to play a game. Can you guess the price? So, men's and women's Noble Outfitters flannel shirts is at $19.99 or $29.99. Well, it's under $20, but for $29.99, you can get Noble Outfitters jeans. Next up, I got 6-pack bottles of all Pepsi flavors. Is it 3 for $10 or $4? Well, it's 3 for $10. Next up, big bag, 40 pounds of Heartland Harvest dog food. Is it $5 total savings or $8? Well, it's $8 because there's a $5 rebate.
See all these deals and more right now at farmandhomasupply.com.
Ginnenbacher finds Rigg in the end zone on the 22-yard pass, then runs it in for the 2-point try, and Camp Point Central rolling here, 32-0 over Cumberland, 8:11 to play in the second quarter. On the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard, Rodriguez will have it teed up. Marco's been busy with the kicking game so far today.
Kicked one in the end zone. The rest of them has been those pooch kicks, line drives, and people have been having trouble picking it up.
With a wet playing surface, I could believe it.
135-pound, been the MVP of a few games, this man has.
Rodriguez will kick another squibber across the middle. The man will pick it up at around the 30, 35-yard line. Fighting for yardage, and
ball
came out at the end, and let's see what the referee tells us here. No signal yet. Central says they have it. They're piling off here, and what will be the call? Referee says it is Camp Point Central football.
Holy cow.
So a fumble on the kickoff return, and look at the elation off the sideline of the Central Panthers. They'll have it at the 34-yard line of the Pirates. 1st and 10.
8:03 left in the half. 32-0 Panthers on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. And Ippenson, that's a freshman, is it not?
And it's 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line now for Camp Point Central, already leading 32-0.
Ippenson, the freshman, got that fumble recovery, Charlie. Coach Dixon's got some freshmen out there playing varsity football this year.
1st and 10 for the Panthers as Kinnenbacher will line up under center. Bush is the fullback, it appears here. He will fake the handoff. Kinnenbacher will keep it himself. He stood up, trying to move the pile forward. Take it down near the 33-yard line. 32 will call it on a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8.
81 yards on 9 carries for Kinnenbacher on the day.
7:40 and counting in this first half. Central could capitalize here. They also get the ball to start the second half. You could
run a clock
see
if you do it.
You could see a quick second half. Things have just gone their way, made some breaks here, and Cumberland has had a few questionable decisions to go for it on 4th down, I would say. And here's a whistle, and we'll see a penalty on a false start.
5-yard penalty against the Panthers, their second of the day, 10 yards total. You can see right now, though, Cumberland is really starting to shoot people in the gaps right now, and that's what gave Rigg that opportunity to get that touchdown pass. And if you start doing that, you just never know what might happen, kids.
Niekamp comes in to replace Bush at fullback. On the 2nd and 13 now from the 37-yard line.
Eichen, Bachhold, and Peters have been some of those familiar people to catch the ball, but along with Rigg catching that last one.
So that's Bachhold split out to the right-hand side, is it not?
No, that's Jasper Flessner.
Not going to matter who split out there, as they'll keep it on the ground. It's who Kinnenbacher nearly broke free. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
So give him 5 on the play.
Or 3.
That was a 5-yard penalty.
Yep, it was 2nd and 13. Though.
Okay, we'll give him 3 then.
It's 3rd and 10 with the clock moving here.
We've got 84 yards for him now. He scored 3 extra points. He's also scored a touchdown and threw for a touchdown pass. Pretty good start to the day.
3rd and 10 here. Will they go to the air? Puts Peters in motion, and Kinnenbacher will hand it off on the left-hand side. That is Niekamp. He'll get to the 30. Pick up a 4 on the play, and he'll bring up a 4th down and 6.
4-down territory for the Panthers. Niekamp still on the ground. Nope, that's one of the linemen down the ground. Everybody gets up okay.
That was Hummer.
Looks like somebody was a little slow getting up off that pile, too.
4th and 6 from the 30-yard line. Pirates is trying to get some sort of momentum. A stop here would give them that after fumbling on the kick return. Central trying to keep this drive moving as Peters splits out wide to the left-hand side. Single man in the backfield is Niekamp, and Kinnenbacher is back to pass. Has some time rolling to his right, hits the tight end out of the backfield. That is Flessner, is it not? He's close to the 1st down marker.
What? Bachhold,
excuse me, and that will be enough for a 1st down. To the 24-yard line, needed 6, got 7, and it's 1st and 10 for Camp Point Central.
Kinnenbacher 3 for 3 passing, 46 total yards. One of those a touchdown pass, 22 yards. That's a big pickup. With 5 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first half, Panthers could keep the ball for the rest of the quarter.
Kinnenbacher under center now. A lot of men up on the line of scrimmage here for this Pirates squad. And it looked like a false start as the Panthers had 2 guys in motion. That'll move it back to the 29 and bring up a 1st and 15.
3rd penalty of the day, all of them 5-yard penalties.
First and 15 yards to go. As Rigg will come onto the field and send Ware to the sideline.
The back judge in Cuffle is a big, big man. He puts the ball down. He's got a long way to go down and a long way to come back up.
You don't want to run into him.
No.
Wishbone formation now. Man goes in motion. They'll hand it off to the fullback in Bush. Bush spinning, running backwards now. Inside the 25, down to the 23. A gain of 6 on the play. Bring up a second down and 9.
14 yards, 4 carries for Connor Bush, but that's a nice carry right there and spun out of it and picked up some extra yardage.
5-yard gain, second down, 10.
Gets back near the original line of scrimmage, just inside of that here. So bring a new lineman onto the field here, will the Panthers. That is Vandevelde coming in for Weiss to play some tackle.
Altough up 28-3 on Carrollton, 9 minutes left second quarter. Calhoun up 6-0 at halftime on Cesar-Valier.
Gannenbacher under center in the double wing formation here. Rigg, the wing back to the right-hand side. Peters to the left of the fullback is Bush. Ooh, a little motion now. They'll fake the handoff, give it to Bush. Bush is submerged after a short gain to the 21-yard line. Couple yard pickup there, and it's 3rd and 7. Not the sharpest on this drive for Camp Point Central, just how they usually roll through some things. Had some penalties and nearly another false start there.
Winner of this game would play the winner of that Calhoun-Cesar-Valier game. If it's the Panthers, they would go to Calhoun or Cesar.
And Cumberland could host, yes?
Could host, yep.
I think it would come down to the seeding at that point.
28-13 Leroy over Rockford Lutheran in the third quarter.
The Leroy team's a good squad. Third
Solid.
down here. Gennenbacher will hand it off to the deep man. That's Peters makes a man miss, cuts back, slowed him down just enough to get a carry near the 19-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the play, and it's 4th and 5.
2 minutes, 45 seconds and counting left in the half. Panthers lead at 32-0 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Long yardage needed here, 4th and 8 from the 20-yard line.
It's 4th and 6. Look at this. Look at the sticks.
Yep. 4th and 6. My mistake. Started at the 34-yard line. Couple of illegal procedures has stalled things out a little bit.
2 receivers to the left-hand side now.
Niekamp out wide.
Cumberland showing blitz. Back to pass. Gennenbacher throws it down the middle. Wide open in the end zone.
Bachhold.
It's Bachhold hauling it in on the second touchdown pass of the day by Gennenbacher. This time a 19-yard pass with 2:12 to play in the half.
What a pass that time, and Bachhold, how do you get that wide open, Charlie?
Well, nobody went with him out of the tight end spot that time on the near side of the field, and he was wide open for the TD to make it 38-0 Panthers on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. And now they'll bring Mallon in to play quarterback on the 2-point conversion.
It's important here because if you go to halftime up 40-0, the clock runs the second half.
Mallon is under center. Puts a man in motion, hands to the motion man. That's Peters. Peters has the in sealed by Niekamp, and the 2-point conversion again is good. Well, Gennenbacher had to go to the air. This time on 4th down, finds Bachhold wide open in the end zone on a 19-yard touchdown pass, and it's 40-0 Camp Point Central.
At Logan Agri-Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
2:12 to play in the first half. A 40-0 lead for Camp Point Central on top of Toledo Cumberland on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Gennenbacher to Bachhold, and then the 2-point run by Peters to extend the Panther lead.
Panthers have scored every time they've had the ball. Last time it was on that fumble recovery on the kickoff. Let's see what the Panthers try to do here, up 40-0 with 2:12 left in the half.
I'd expect another little squibber here from Rodriguez, and he will Kick a line drive. Going to be taken on the run near the 25-yard line. Now 30 as the ball carrier here is McMecken. McMecken will take it up near the 40-yard line. See where they mark him down at, Jack. Right at the 40?
I thought 41.
Oh, at 41, and that's where the Pirates will have it first and 10 with 2 minutes, 6 seconds to play in the first half.
First kickoff of the day went in the end zone, then a 20-yard line from the slip, 40-yard line, 32, a fumble on the last one, now starting at the 41 with 2:06 left in the half, down 40-0.
Pretty good field position for this Pirate team. Can they take advantage of it in the last 2 minutes of this first half? One timeout left in their pocket. Put a man in motion as McElravy hands it off to the deep back in Brown. Brown is going to have the ball come out. Camp Point Central says they've recovered another fumble, and the referee agrees. Another fumble recovery by the Panthers, this time with the defensive unit, and with 2 minutes to play in the half. The onslaught is on for the Panthers.
Panthers will have the ball apparently for the rest of the half. 2 minutes left in the half, and the ball is going to be spotted on the 39-yard line. They say Weir picked it up, Charlie.
There was a lot of action there, and Brown, who had been pretty sure-handed so far, you see the ball just pop out here, and the Panthers recognized Weir had it, and Peters wasn't too far behind from a fumble recovery.
Thing about this is if you can go into halftime up by at least 40, you can start putting some people in the game in the second half with the clock running and protect your players.
Genenbacher under center here, puts a man in motion. He will hand it off to Rigg. Rigg looking for some running room on the left side. He's slung around for a loss to the 40-yard line. He'll bring up a 2nd and 11 here for Camp Point Central.
Brown in on the tackle, and he's been very good on the defensive side, has he not?
Yeah, he's pretty good on the offensive side, honestly. That one fumble there, but has had a pretty solid first half so far. 2nd and 11, no need to be in a big hurry if you are Camp Point Central. Already up 40-0 with just 1:30 to play in the half.
Coach Ray will run things there. Elmwood Brimfield tied with Dwight 6-6 with 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, maybe heading to overtime.
Genenbacher puts a man in motion, hands it to the second back through this time. It appeared to be Peters.
I think that's Caden Niekamp.
There's that Niekamp.
He had to secure the ball.
No, it's Peters, 27.
Oh, my mistake.
Down to the 37-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the play. 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers. You expect them to keep it on the ground here with a minute to play in the half.
You saw Peters kind of reaching for that ball, trying to secure it. 9-7. Palos Heights leads Downs with a minute left in the second quarter in 2A action. Bismarck Henning and Seneca tied at 14, 30 seconds left in the half.
3rd down and 8. Put a man in motion in Peters, and Genenbacher will keep himself, who slips, and right to the line of scrimmage there.
I don't think he was supposed to have that ball. He looked for somebody to hand it off to, and there was nobody there, and he secured the ball. 25 seconds left in the half, Charlie.
4th and 8. Cumberland will not burn that last time out here, and this game will head to halftime.
Panthers going to call timeout, I think.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're going to go to halftime with 40-0. There's absolutely no reason for them to call a timeout here, and they won't. But say that again.
You're right.
Music to my ears, and it's been, well, some Panther melody here today as they lead 40-0 over the Cumberland Pirates at the halftime break in the Little Jess Motors halftime show with halftime stats and more your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
Now is the time to fall into savings at Little Jess. During Ram Power Days, you can save over $15,000 on a 25 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Night Edition. Get it for just $48.9 or drive it for $0 down and only $579 per month. Buy a new 24 Ram 2500 Crew Cab for only $44.9 when you take advantage of over $10,000 in savings. Or drive a new 24 Jeep Wrangler 4-door for only $399 per month. Plus 0% financing plus generous rebates available on most new models. Little Jess, serving the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week. Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate. Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Cranberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show, where Camp Point Central leads Cumberland 40-0 here in the second round Class 1A playoff game. Our halftime stats today brought to you in part by Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank, here to help you with your next auto, residential, and commercial loan need. Give Damon a call, 217-285-4404. Jack's got to look at their scoring drives to kick off our stats in this first half of play.
Panthers would hold the Toledo Cumberland squad out on a 4-and-out in the first quarter. Take the ball to 49-yard line. 7 plays later, 2:18 on the clock. They would score on the 5-yard run from Caden Niekamp. Elijah Ginnenbacher with the 2-point conversion. It was 8-0 Panthers at the 7:42 mark. Panthers would score again as Caden Niekamp takes it in from 1 yard out at the 3:27 mark. Ginnenbacher with the 3-yard run after. 18-0 Panthers at the end of the quarter. 9:59 left the second quarter. It was 23 yards from Elijah Ginnenbacher. Nate Peters runs it in from 3 yards out. 24-0 Panthers. Then Curtis Riggs would get a 22-yard pass from Elijah Ginnenbacher for the touchdown at the 8:11 mark of the second quarter. It was Ginnenbacher again on the 3-yard run. 32-0 Panthers. And with 2:12 left in the half on a 4th and 8, Backel would pull one in from 20 yards down from Elijah Ginnenbacher. Peters on the 3-yard run. 40-0 Panthers at halftime, and that's where we're at on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram across from Quincy High School will give you individual stats, team stats, and more on the halftime show. 40-0 Panthers. Back with more after these.
My name's Matt Keplinger. A lot of people call me Keppy. I've been a trainer now for 17 years. When we get the new hires come through the door, I try to treat them like family. This individual right here sent me this today. There's not too many men I admire I can't do it. There's not too many men I admire or that has made an impact in my life, but you've made that list. This is one of the reasons that I love my job, getting messages like this. When my life needed purpose, I chose Dot.
You've tried it, I've tried it, everyone needs to try it. Sugar and Smoke, 1258 West Washington in Pittsfield. Open Wednesday through Saturday at 11 a.m. Here's what others are saying. This place is fantastic in every way. Pulled pork, pulled chicken, brisket, ribs on the weekends, the best green beans, appetizers, nachos, pony shoes, pork burgers, celebrating 1 year in business. Sugar and Smoke, it's time to eat. Yum! 217-922-0067.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, From fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs in Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Beard Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer, proudly serving farmers since 1937. We know how important it is to your operation to keep you running. 4 convenient locations in Ashland, Orangeville, Pittsfield, and Hannibal, Missouri. Beard Implement Company, our people, your advantage.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield. Helena Agri, Camp Point, Illinois, is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Central Illinois Athletics. For all your seed, fertilizer, and chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agri, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, and Matt Hughes, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 593-7761 for Helena Agri of Camp Point.
Shireman Memorials has been serving the area since 2014 with local and affordable memorial and specialty items production. Jason Shireman has over 20 years of experience and is committed to providing his customers with the best experience. With expertise in sandblasting, carving, etching, and design, you will be dealing with someone who has the knowledge and experience to make a memorial your family can be proud of for generations. You'll find Shireman Memorials at 1135 West Washington Street in Pittsfield and online at shiremanmemorials.com.
Welcome back to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at 3431 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois, the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are met. See them across from Quincy High School or online at littlejessmotor.com.
Well, as a 40-0 game here at halftime, let's take a look at some individual stats. First for Toledo Cumberland's Pirates. Cameron Brown led the way in rushing with 19 yards in the first half, 4 carries, 5 yards for Grant Kaiser, 8 yards for Hudson McElroy in the first half, and a -2 for Gerhardt in the first half for 9 carries, 25 yards. They were 1 for 7 passing with an interception. That 8-yard pass from McElvey to Gerhardt for 8 yards. They were penalized 1 time for 5 yards in the first half. They also had 2 fumbles, 1 on a kickoff and 1 on the first play after a kickoff. The Panthers had 32 carries, 151 yards, 4 for 4 passing, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers in the ball game up till now. 217 total yards, led in rushing by Elijah Ginnenbacher with 11 carries and 85 yards. Nate Peters has 19 yards on 7 carries, 5 carries on the day for Connor Bush from the fullback position, 16 total yards, and 32 yards from Caden Niekamp from that fullback position. Ginnenbacher once again 4 for 4, 2 touchdown passes of 22 and 20 yards, 66 total yards passing for Elijah Ginnenbacher. Panthers penalized 15 yards, 3 5-yard penalties on the illegal procedures, and 1 running into the punter at halftime. We are here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Panthers lead at 40-0. We'll have a running clock in the second half, but we'll have scores for you when we come back after these on the Little Jess Motors halftime show.
When you're ready to restock your pantry, go to Kay's Family Food in Camp Point, Illinois. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. through 8 p.m. Be proud, Camp Point area. Kay's Family Food is the only locally owned grocery store in Adams County outside Quincy. Delicious donuts daily, great lunch specials, fresh cut meats, fresh produce. Kay's Family Food are committed to the area and the school. When you support your local store, they can support you and your school and community. When you need to restock, think of Kay's Family Food, 593-6814. Petty Construction and owner Joe Petty, specializing in commercial and residential roofing systems. They design, build new homes and additions and renovations to your home. Interior and exterior renovations are their specialty. Petty Construction and Joe Petty have the experience in building you are looking for. Call 217-779-6384 or on the web at joe.petty@pettyconstruction.com. Building your community one job at a time.
At Farmers State Bank at Camp Point, we're proud to have been a part of our community for over a century, supporting families, athletes, and fans every step of the way. Just like your favorite Panthers team, we're dedicated to giving our best. With over 100 banks and ATMs throughout the area, we're here to help you on and off the field, no matter where the game takes you. So whether you're cheering in the stands, traveling to the next big game, or just supporting your community, trust Farmers State Bank of Camp Point to be with you all the way. Farmers State Bank of Camp Point, where tradition meets hometown pride.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
From competitive youth sports to high school and college athletes to fitness enthusiasts, sports injuries can easily put you on the sidelines. Our orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians are here to diagnose and treat your sports injuries should they arise. Every step of your journey matters to us, and when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
Back with you on the Little Jess Motors halftime show here, a 40-0 lead for Camp Point Central on top of Cumberland at the halftime break, and a lot of scores from around the state of Illinois here in playoff action today, Jack, and some rather interesting ones.
There is. Leroy leads 34-21 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter over Rockford Lutheran. Belleville Altoff Catholic 36-3 over Carrollton in Greene County in the second quarter. Hardin Calhoun just up 6-0 on Cesar-Valier at halftime in their contest. Lena Winslow leads over Stockton 30-0 in a contest that was a rematch. It was a pretty good game the last time they played. Brown County and Casey Westfield, no score in that ball game is what you reported, correct? And I have no score on the Ottawa and Galena game in 1A action. We'll wait for it to switch over to 2A. Tell you that Bismarck Henning, Rossville Alvin, and Seneca tied at 14 apiece. Second quarter last report there. Farmington leads 14-10 over Taylor Ridge, Rock Ridge with 30 seconds left in that contest. Pana 28-21 over Vandalia second quarter action. Downs Tri-Valley has a 14-9 lead with 30 seconds left in the half over Palos Heights Chicago Christian. No update on the Johnson City Warrensburg Latham game. Quincy Notre Dame with a big lead over Arthur Levington there at 10th and Jackson and Quincy. Dwight with a 12-6 win over Elmwood Brimfield. That was tied with about 30 seconds left, but somehow Dwight scored and won. No score on the Maroa and Chester game.
It was 13-0 last time I saw. Maroa had the lead.
And then, Charlie, you've got a big score to tell us about in 3A action with Byron and Montini in that contest.
Montini beats Byron 14-13 and wins that contest, knocking off the reigning 3A state champion. Monticello at half leads Williamsville 28-7. Murfreesboro has a 7-0 lead over Breeze Central in their contest as well.
Tolona Unity 21-7 in the second quarter over big rival St. Joe Ogden. Pecatonica, that's Dupac, 13-0 over Paxton Buckley Loda at halftime in their contest. Nashville leading 35-21 fourth quarter action over Greenville.
Did you get that Farmington Rockridge final, 14-10?
That's what I had with the final, the last score I had,
That's a
but
final.
It wasn't a final. Wow.
That is a final, so Farmington will play Dwight in the quarters.
That's big because Taylor Ridge Rockridge is a team that does well in the playoffs every year, and that's a big win for this very good Farmington squad.
They've had a nice season, and they're looking to keep it rolling into the quarterfinals, as is Camp Point Central. They have a comfortable 40-0 lead as we get set for second half action after this break on the Little Jess Motors halftime show.
Helena Agri, Camp Point, Illinois, is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Central Illinois Athletics. For all your seed, fertilizer, and chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agri, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, and Matt Hughes, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 593-7761 for Helena Agri of Camp Point.
Stotzi Automotive and Tire, located at 201 Adams Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is your local automotive repair shop. Whether you need an oil change, brake job, alignment, engine repair, or new tires, Stotzi Automotive is here with honest and competitive pricing. Call Reagan and his team today to schedule your appointment. 217-740-5010. That's 217-740-5010 for Stotzi Automotive and Tire.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Just about ready for second half action here on Central Illinois Sports. Camp Point Central will get the football to start the second half of play as they won the opening coin toss and deferred to the second half. They have a 40-0 lead, which means the clock will run continuously. The only stoppages would be for touchdowns, timeouts, and injuries, and then, of course, the end of the third quarter. And just in case you're wondering and you're not familiar with how the mercy rule works, doesn't matter how close Cumberland would get, it would never stop running. It doesn't go backwards in that direction. And usually, you're not going to see a lot of 40-point comebacks, Jack. I think I've heard about one ever.
I was going to say, do you ever think about that, though? You're up 40-0, and the other team turns it around in the second half with a running clock, passing game, and they just catch you? Do you feel like you got shorted because they didn't stop the clock then?
I don't know. 14-0 Calhoun leads Cesar Valier now. 5:47 to play in the third of that contest.
Good to see Calhoun get a lead there. And we could be at Calhoun next week for a rematch of a game that was decided in the last 2.4 seconds the last time they played. And last year, a couple of dandy games. This time, that Friedel boy's back too. So Calhoun at full strength.
Just about ready to see the kick return. Marco Rodriguez and Curtis Rigg look to head back deep for Camp Point Central.
Q&D was up 20-7, I believe, in the third quarter of their game. That was a rematch of round one where Q&D came in with a 4-5 record and knocked off a 9-0 a year ago.
Zach Harmon will kick it off. He is the tallest kicker in the state of Illinois at 6'7".
You know that for sure.
I do. He is definitely the tallest kicker here today because Marco Rodriguez is 5'6".
Yeah.
And he'll kick a kind of a squibber, and the Panthers will dive on it. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for Camp One Central. Tate Eichen gets on that ball, it appears.
Had the hands steam in there that time, a wide receiver playing right in the middle, and he fell on it at the 45, and the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 just underway in the second half.
Running clock here in the second half, 1st and 10. Let's see if Central comes out with the starters for one last drive. It looks like Mowen's in there.
Yeah, Mowen's going to be the quarterback.
It could be big to get some reps for Mowen. You could see him possibly move back to being that quarterback a little more consistently.
He started last season, or at the beginning of this year. Yeah. Nick Moore started last season.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty decent. They'll hand it off to Bush this time. Bush looking for running room up the middle near the 47-yard line. Couple of yard pickup on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 8.
18 yards for Bush now on 6 carries on the day. You'll see that fullback with the ball a lot in the second half.
I mean, it's a non-traditional look for Camp One Central out of the wing tee. Usually you really pound that fullback, pound that fullback, pound that fullback, and they have at times this season, but really it's quite honestly, where's Elijah Ginnenbacher and how do we get him the ball? I mean, that is kind of the name of the game. Obviously Peters has had a nice season as well as the rain really starts to fall here. Mowen is under center. He'll hand it off to the deep back. Ball carrier here takes it into the Pirate territory. That's Peters. To the opposite 47-yard line. A 6-yard gain on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down. and 2.
And the rain is really coming down at this point.
You can see it on your screen, I would say. It's not quite raining sideways as it did in.
You can see a lot more on your screen than we can see through the windows right now, I'll let you know.
Yeah. I am happy with these windows here today, though. You complain a lot about them.
Yeah.
Mound will be under center on this 3rd and a long 2. Takes a snap, hands it off to the deep back. That's Peters, puts his head down. He's got the first down. Rolls forward near the 41-yard line. 6-yard pickup on the play and a 1st and 10 for Camp Point Central.
11th first down of the ball game for the Panthers. Now Peters with 31 yards and 9 carries. And you want to keep guys like Nate Peters healthy, and he's coming off with a little bit of a hitch that he's getting along there, it looks like. Had that ankle injury, missed 4 weeks on that high ankle sprain as Elijah Ginnenbacher fell on him in that Calhoun game.
I think that was Colton Cooley that checked in possibly.
Yep.
Marco Rodriguez is also into the backfield. A little wishbone look here as Mowen takes a snap, hands it off to the fullback in Bush to the 39-yard line. Pick up a 2. 2nd down and 8. KC and Brown County tied at nothing at halftime of their contest. Dandy one just down the road here. What is the distance between Camp Point and Mount Sterling, Jack?
15 yards maybe from Clayton, I think.
15 miles?
They're 15 miles, 15 yards.
15 yards will put them pretty close
I'm in
together.
a football game, you know.
I see.
From the 55, the 60, the 65-yard line. I've done that before.
From the 39-yard line here. As the rain really picking up. Mountain takes the snap, hands it off to the ball carrier here. Ball comes loose, and they'll say the man was down near the 36-yard line. Rodriguez or Bush? Bush, it looks like. To the 36-yard line. Another 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down and 5.
4-yard territory, 8:25 and counting in the running clock here. Bush comes out of the game. Into the game now comes Kellen Myers wearing the number 22.
What an absolutely miserable playing condition to start the second half. Yep. It is pouring rain.
A lot of new guys out there on the field.
Mowen will hand it off to the deep back. That is Rigg, it looked like that time. Or is it Cooley?
It's like Cooley with the ball carrier.
Cooley to the 31-yard line. Has enough for a first down as he picks up 5.
Good job by Cooley that time. Another first down for the Panthers, 12th of the ball game. That's big because you'll keep the ball for another 3 or 4 minutes every time you pick up a first down.
7:40 and counting of this 3rd quarter.
Bachholt comes out. Jasper Flester back into the game. Mowen will go back with the play from Coach Casey Ray out to call it to his teammates with a new set of downs from the 31.
Mowen lines up under center once again. Play clock down to 7 here. Takes a snap. Hands it off to the fullback in Meyer. Meyer looking for a little running room. Finds a little success here to around the 27-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play.
Kaiser, they say, in on the tackle that time from Bob Ray, the PA guy.
PA extraordinaire, I would say.
And part-time helping with our broadcast, and we appreciate that. We'll invite him into the press box next week if we get to go to Calhoun.
Let's see what the weather looks like first. Double wing formation now as Mowen is under center. Puts a man in motion. Hands to the motion man along the right-hand side. That's Cooley. Cooley looking for the corner, and he is slung out of bounds with the clock. Will keep rolling with the running clock near the 23-yard line, it looks like here. 5-yard pickup and a 3rd and 2.
Cooley 10 yards now. Need 2 yards for the first down to the Panthers. 6:15 and counting. They lead at 40-0 here. Running clock second half. They led 40-0 at halftime. PCRE Real Estate and Auction Scoreboard. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
I'll let you know that our friends at BC Hornet Sports on YouTube going to start the second half of that KC Westfield and Brown County game in about 10 minutes. That might not be a bad one to switch over to. Not that we don't want you to stay with us here, but make him a little closer. Here's a first down run by Myers. He takes it to the 20-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play and a 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Second set of backs doing a good job. Second first down of the second half. 13 in the ball game now. Kellen Myers with 6 yards on 2 carries.
1st and 10. Want to give a shout out to our friends at Jerseys today. They have steak night tonight, I believe, Jack.
I bet they got both games on.
Always a good time at Jersey's. Also want to give a shout-out to Denny Hull, tuning in today, watching the Panthers as a proud Panther alum as Mowen takes a snap. Pitches it out to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is twisted around and slung down. Here's a penalty flag as well at the 20-yard line. Let's wait and see what this is about. And what has been a fairly clean game. They're going to call a hold there, it looks like. He signaled 1-5, which would be Mowen, the quarterback.
Watch those quarterbacks holding.
That'll move the ball back to the 30-yard line.
25 yards and penalties on the Panthers now. 4:40 and counting third quarter, and that's going to put a first and long.
First and 20 here. From the 30-yard line. But, man, that running clock, Jack, makes things move quickly. As you said, just over 4 minutes and 25 seconds to play in this third quarter. Just a dominant performance by the Central Panthers squad.
Not as focused last week as their coaches wanted. They came out focused today.
Rodriguez goes in motion. They'll hand it off to Meyer. Meyer running up the middle from the fullback spot. Takes the ball to the 24-yard line. 6-yard pickup on the play by Meyer. 2nd and 14 here for the Panthers. Do want to remind you about our friends at Pike County Concrete. Pike County Concrete, if you need concrete for your next job or project, give the folks at Pike County Concrete a call, 217-285-5548, with locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville.
Tim Waters will help you put that concrete on the ground, too.
Not a good day for pouring concrete. Today, anyway. Honestly, Jack, I have not ever woken up and went, man, I was hoping to pour some concrete today.
Or go deer hunting in the rain.
Looks like a good day for duck season. Here's a pitch out to Meyer. Meyer breaks a couple
Look
tackles,
out.
still on his feet, ridden down shy of the 10 at the 11-yard line. Pick up on the play of 13 yards, and it'll be a 3rd and short now. It's going to be about a 3rd and a yard and a half to go, it appears.
Shout out to Cole Phillips down in Texas and his dad flying home. Ran into his dad up deer hunting in Pike County, saw him at the Casey's, and he said, I'm Cole's dad. And I said, now I remember you kind of. Cole, former Panther, proud alumni. I know Garrett Kestner's home watching, babysitting a little one, said he didn't want to bring him out in the rain. I said, you got to toughen that kid up a little bit, Garrett.
Probably a smart choice. It's 3rd and about 2 yards to go here as Mowen will send Rodriguez in motion, hand it off to Bush. Bush will put both hands on the ball and be close to the first down marker here. As now they have the pile stood up, and now the whistle comes. And the referee on the far side signals this could be.
They said Kellen Myers with the ball carrier.
I thought that was 30. Bush.
Oh, you're right.
I didn't want to say it, but
again,
first down.
That Bob Ray gets you in more trouble.
Gets the ball to the 10. That's all he needed was the 1-yard gain, and it's 1st and goal from the 10-yard line with 2:12 and counting in this third quarter.
14 first downs for the Panthers now, knocking on the door, just 10 yards away.
Is it at the 11 on the board? I can't see.
It says 10.
All right. The nose might be resting on the yard line. It's hard for me to see.
Well, they haven't dropped the chain, so they're saying it's a 4th down.
Oh, it's 4th down. Okay. Well, they signaled. Did they not signal first down? 4th down and 1. They'll pitch it outside here.
Look out. Not going to make it.
Really trying to get some running room, and he will not find the first down marker. In fact, loses back to around the 12, and that's where Cumberland will take over 1st and 10 with 1:34 and counting in this fourth quarter.
Kept the ball for 10 minutes and, let's see, about 11 seconds.
So let's see what the Cumberland offense looks like here. Down 40-0 in the last minute and some change of this third quarter.
Told you, just 3 seniors in the starting offensive lineup for the day.
7 juniors, 4, or what was that,
7
1
juniors,
sophomore?
1 sophomore.
It looked like a 4 on my sheet, and I was going to ask how they were starting so many guys.
Well, they should have done better if they had that many people playing at one time.
There's the ready for play whistle, and here come the Pirates. As McElravy will be under center.
Still see Niekamp out there playing defense.
High formation behind him in the backfield for McElravy and a false start. That'll move things back 5 yards. Or half the distance, I guess, right?
Yeah.
To around the 7.
We may not get another play in, and it's the end of this quarter. There's 25 seconds left, and it doesn't look like Cumberland's in a big hurry here.
1st and 15 now. And will the Pirates come out and run a play?
Looks like they're going to try it.
We'll get rid of that droplet off your camera in the quarter break. McElravy under center, hands to the deep back. Looks to be Brown as the ball carrier. Brown is taken out after a short gain up shy of the 15 to the 14-yard line. A pickup on the play of 7 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 8, and that is the final horn of the third quarter. We head to the fourth with Camp Point Central on top of Cumberland, 40-0.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs, or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
GSI grain bins are built using the highest strength steel available. This allows you to store more grain to maximize your profitability and efficiency. Buy one now and receive our winter discount program. Mixer Lumber Company, your GSI grain bin dealer.
Ready to start quarter number 4. As Cumberland will have it 2nd down and about 8 yards to go from their own 14-yard line. 40-0 the lead for Camp Point Central. PCRE Real Estate and Auction, our scoreboard sponsor. We thank them for supporting our broadcasts throughout the season, and all of our sponsors who help make the games possible. 2nd and about 8 from the 14 as the Pirates head back to the field. It was a quick third quarter, and it'll be a quick fourth as well.
Calhoun, Camp Point Central, Leroy, and Lena all holding those spots that they were rated to win today.
McElravy under center. He will fumble the snap. He'll dive on it here. Gets back on it at the line of scrimmage. And this will bring up a 3rd down.
Also, Belleville-Altoff winning big at Carrollton today. They're a good one.
Deere Hill Jr., we saw him here a year ago. And the Oregon commit, the number 1 team of the nation right now.
Never would have guessed he could play at Oregon, but I guess we'll see.
Tell you what, with the type of recruiting classes they've been bringing in, I think Phil Knight might be pumping a little money into the old NIL program at Oregon.
Yep.
He's got a little bit of it. 3rd and 8 to go here for the Pirates from their 14.
Get to wear those wild uniforms.
McElravy will be under center. Puts a man in motion. He will be back to pass, and did he lose his footing?
I think he lost the ball.
And it's a fumble and a recovery by Camp Point Central. They'll say he never had it coming out of it. It's far away from us, kind of hard to see. 3rd turnover on the day for this Cumberland squad. And with 10:52 and counting in the contest, Central will take over deep in Pirate territory. That ball is at the 14.
14-yard line, Panthers 1st and 10. Had backups in on the defensive side, now on the offensive side too. We see a new man coming into the game wearing the number 4 in Caleb Dinklage. Dinklage is a 5'10", 160-pound junior. Good to see him getting some playing time.
Meyer is the fullback, and Rodriguez is the wingback on the right side as Mowen is under center on this 1st and 10 from the 14. But Rodriguez in motion, hand it to him. End around on the left side, trying to get the corner, and Rodriguez still fighting for it, but gets hit out of bounds near the 13. Gain of a yard of the play.
Marco is earning his keep today, and they want to take care of their kicker, but he got hit pretty hard that time, and he does not back down.
He doesn't mind contact.
No, that Winchester game, West Central game a couple of weeks ago, he ran over a guy. Last week, ran the ball about 40 yards and went head-to-head against somebody.
2nd down and from about the 14-yard line here for Camp Point Central. Mowen, the quarterback, puts Rodriguez in motion, hands it off to Meyer this time from the fullback spot, stacked up around the 10. Still fighting for yardage. Slow whistle here. They'll give him forward progress to the 10. 4-yard pickup. And to bring up a 3rd down. And about 5.
Myers picks up 29 yards so far in the ball game, all in the second half on his 5th carry of the day.
On 3rd and 6 officially. As the ball is right at the 10-yard line.
Coach Ray's got Dylan Mound over on the sideline, kind of controlling the clock a little bit. 20 seconds left on the play clock, 8:52 left on the game clock.
When you think about the amount of graduation that Central saw from that state championship team a year ago,
13 guys.
the fact that they're headed back to the quarterfinals is a testament to just how strong this program is for Brad Dixon as the ball carrier this time looked to be, was that Ware?
I thought it was
8 or 9, I can't tell.
Jackson Mueller, maybe. Was it 7? Oh, it's
Cooley. No gain on the play to the 10-yard line, and it's 4th down. But, I mean, just heavily hit by graduation.
But 13 seniors again this year. That's what you do. In a good program, you keep having 13, 14 seniors each year or more. Calhoun's loaded with seniors.
Yes, and they have a good program up and down. I mean, they have had a really successful JV season again, really successful youth season.
Aaron Elmore and the guys doing a great job there.
Calhoun can hang on. You're about to see a battle again next week. Here's a keeper by Mowen, the quarterback on the left side. He puts his head down and is taken down inside the 5 near the 4-yard line. He's close to the first down marker. Let's see where they set the ball here. It all depends on the spot. And the referee will tell us that he is just shy, and he'll gain 5, needed 6, and it's 1st and 10 for the Pirates deep in their own territory.
Nice run by Dylan Mound, though. Almost on that naked bootleg, pulling it off.
So that'll be from the 4-yard line for the Pirates. 1st and 10.
7:15 left in this game.
Very well could be the final drive of the contest. Let's see who comes out at the quarterback spot. It is McElravy.
No update on Gibson City, Melvin Sibley, and Sterling Newman either.
Wishbone formation behind him in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it the deep back in Brown. Brown over the right side, dives ahead across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 2-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 8 here. Or Kaiser, excuse me. Kaiser was your ball carrier there, Jack, 34.
Leroy, 53-29 late in the 4th over Rockford Lutheran.
I'd say they're going to win that one.
Yeah. Lean up 44-0.
2nd down and 8 yards to go here. Again, the wishbone behind the quarterback, McElravy. Long cadence, takes the snap, hands it off the left side. I think that's McGinnis is the ball carrier. Let's wait and see who climbs off the pile here. It is 32, McGinnis. Looks like he's up to about the 9-yard line. Gain of a couple, and it's 3rd down and 6. Started deep in their own territory as they get the stop to the Pirates on the Panthers drive. We told you, you can wait till the end of this one, or you can join our friends at BC Hornet Sports on YouTube and watch a dandy contest with Brown County and Casey getting ready to start the second half, as we'll see a timeout here on the Adams Fiber timeout taken by the Pirates. For top-notch local computer sales and service, call Adams Experts, 217-214-3423. Fast, friendly, and affordable service.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy. Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
5:24 to play, and it's $6 ribeye time here at Camp Point Central. Jack will be right back. No? All right.
$6 ribeye?
That's what they just said. Hey, the QU Hawks with a big win on the road today. Jason Kilday did a nice job in his first year of that program.
Yeah, he is. Keep thinking Elijah Ginnenbacher would look good for QU next year.
Timeout was taken by the Pirates, their first of the second half. And it's third down. McElravy is back to pass, looking to his left, and it's incomplete, as the intended recipient looked to be Cameron Brown that time.
1 completion, 1 interception, 8 yards on that 1 completion on their third attempt of the day.
He's thrown for 1,200 yards on the season.
That's it. They were 79 for 136, 58% coming into this game.
Just with, the weather obviously plays a factor. Camp Point Central's become quite a bit better on the pass defense. Some of those games throughout the season with Rout and Carrollton have really paid off for this Central squad.
Panthers are 4 for 4 passing on the day, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Harmon will punt from his own end zone here. Gets a good snap. He'll kick it away. End-over-end kick, and will take a nice roll for the Pirates and die right at the 47-yard line, and that's where Camp Point Central will have it 1st and 10 from the 47 with 4:30 to play in this contest. And we'll have that drive for you after this word from Westtown Ford.
At Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, we're your low-overhead EV dealer. Curious about EVs? Come check out a Mach-E with me, Wade. I drive one, and I love mine. Westtown Ford, Jacksonville, Illinois, westtownford.com.
40-0, the lead for Camp Point Central. Exchanging some more men out there. Very, very likely the last chance Central would have at any kind of a home game here in the postseason. You'd have to really see some weird stuff happen. I'm not sure it could even get weird enough for it to become a reality for Camp Point Central to come back here. But they had it about as good as they could last year when they played all but the second-round game here on their home turf. Malman will be under center with the three-back behind him in the backfield. That's Meyer on the carry. He spins off the tackler. He might go. Has a good block out of front. Oh, and the turf monster gets him. Tackled by the ground that time, down to the 22-yard line. 25-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Still a solid run by Meyer.
Good for him. 14th first down, and Meyer had a touchdown there, but not unlike some other guys during the season when you had it for sure, it just slipped up, and it's muddy out there. Let's face it.
And again, Kellen Meyer, he's a 5'155" senior.
Isn't it great to see him get?
Well, I'm just telling you, in today's world, you just don't see kids like that don't get a lot of reps stick it out for 4 years. It just doesn't happen. As they'll hand it off to Meyer again, he'll spin forward and take the ball to the 19-yard line. 4-yard pickup on the play with 2:40 and counting.
48 yards, 7 carries on his last game here on the Prairie. There's no little house out here, but there's a little press box.
The little house probably blew away with all the wind that happens out here.
The wind! They built this football field in a duck swamp, let's face it, and it's turned into a pretty darn good field.
Used to have a lot higher crown in the middle.
Yeah, like when you were come for a JV game, you couldn't see the other team if you were on the other side.
2nd and 6 here for the Panthers. Mowen takes the snap as Cumberland tries to jump the snap count. They'll give it off to Rodriguez as a penalty flag flies. Could have been a face mask here, but let's wait and see. They'll say, hold the chains. And the referee will tell us it is a
hold, I think.
He's taking his time. Couples having a little conversation. Said, if we take a little time, this will take some time.
Well, let's see.
They're looking at Brad Dixon here. See what he wants to do.
No, it's going to be a face mask. I'll be there.
I said, Brad, what do you think? He said, let me think about it for a minute. About a minute and 30 seconds, and this game could be over.
Kind of like shooting free throws with a running clock in the 4th quarter. You can end it quickly. Personal foul.
Face mask.
15-yarder. Not going to be much game left after this, Charlie.
I think you'll see a knee here to the 12-yard line.
Yeah.
1st and 10.
And maybe in victory formation here a couple of times.
Double-digit wins again for Camp Point Central, and just, again, an amazingly consistent program that Brad Dixon and his staff have put together as Mowen will take the knee. He'll have to do that one more time, and then the teams will meet at the 50-yard line for the handshakes.
Kind of interesting, something we discovered. This win will put Brad Dixon's win total one more than the program had before he started.
He'll have 135, and the program at 134.
Which is amazing.
Yep.
14 seasons, I do believe.
Been quite the run.
Pretty nice
And
run.
even in what some people thought could be a little bit of a down season, going to win 10 games and head to the quarterfinals, likely against the Calhoun Warriors, who have given the Central Panthers their only loss in the season. As Mowen takes the snap, he takes the knee, and we head to the Logan Ag post-game show with Camp Point Central securing the victory 40-0 over Cumberland.
At Logan Agri-Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
Hey, Abe. Hey, George. You know what? We love beer!
This election year, be sure to make the correct decision and vote jerseys. Over the last 4 years, we have helped put more money back in your pocket with our daily drink specials and incredible food deals. We have also made steaks great again with our partnership with GJY Beef Company. So when you are making your next dinner decision, make it Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, Illinois.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
Welcome back to the Logan Ag post-game show. A 40-0 win for the Camp Point Central Panthers over the Cumberland Pirates. Pirates finished their season at 8-3. Camp Point Central moves to 10-1 and heads back to the quarterfinals where they will face the winner of Calhoun and Cesar-Valier. At last check, Calhoun held a 2-touchdown lead in that contest.
Well, as we take a look at the finals, all the scoring done in the first half. Bachhold had a touchdown at the 2:12 mark of the second quarter. Curtis Rigg with a 22-yard touchdown pass. Caden Niekamp ran 2 in, and Gettenbacher 1. Elijah had 3 extra point runs. Nate Peters with 2 on the day in their final game as seniors here. Panthers with 298 yards of total offense, 54 carries, 232 yards rushing, 4 for 4 passing, 66 yards, 20 and 22-yard touchdown passes. On the other side, 3 fumbles and an interception. McElvey was 1 for 8 on the day with an interception for 8 yards, rushing 25, 30, 38 total yards, 1 first down for Toledo Cumberland on the day. The Panthers controlled it from start to finish and get their win, their 10th of the season.
Here on the Logan Ag postgame show, Jack, just a dominating fashion here for Camp Point Central, and they've kind of become accustomed to doing this sort of thing in the postseason, especially at home. And, this Cumberland team was a nice squad coming in. Hindsight is what it is, but some early decisions to not try to pin Camp Point Central a little deeper and make them have a little more of a sustained drive were kind of interesting choices. And Camp Point Central made them pay with those short field positions early in this contest.
And when you think about it, that Tacoma squad got beat 42-0 by this squad. And the Panthers coaching staff did not feel like they were very focused last week, and that was a 20-0 game at halftime. Panthers really came out focused in this game, 40-0 at halftime, and that's our final. 10-1 are the Panthers, 8-3 is Toledo Cumberland to end their season. Congratulations to their seniors, and thank you to all the Toledo Cumberland fans who were able to listen today on Central Illinois Sports.
And watch. We'll name our player of the game next.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Time to name our player of the game. It's presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive. You're going to pull your headset off the table from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And quite honestly, Jack, I don't know how you can't give it to that entire Camp Point Central defensive unit, pitching a shutout today and only giving up 1 first down to a Cumberland offense who had been rolling pretty well this season.
Caden Niekamp started off with that big sack early in the game, but you saw Jace Wallace and so many people play so well on the day. Offensively, defensively, the line for the Panthers on both sides really controlled the ball game too. How about a team player of the game? No doubt about it.
Well, Jack, if you look right now, Camp Point Central, the reigning 1A state champion, still alive in 1A. 2A, Wilmington went 3A this year, so there won't be a repeat there. 3A, Byron lost today. There won't be a repeat there. Rochester lost in 4A last week. So in your Friday games after Thanksgiving, Camp Point Central's the only one still alive with a chance to repeat, and they'll have a tough go at it next week. It's a 14-6 game now. Calhoun and Cesar-Valier will await the final of that one to see where the Panthers travel. Do they head to Hardin or south to Cesar? That's going to do it here. We'll have the action for you next week on Central Illinois Sports. We hope you'll join us then. For Jacob and Jack Hall, I'm Charlie Hill, thanking you for joining us on another Central Illinois Sports presentation.